Okay, so I'm doing a review on this reaction to this brother right here, Chris Horsley, 10 strategies for building strong black men. Now, I don't know the brother, never seen his page, first time I've even seen him before. But let's see what he is. Let's see what he's talking about.
Black world. You're here with your boy Chris, and today we're going to be discussing my top 10 tips for black men in order to get you to move towards success. And as always, be sure to stick around because I have a bonus tip, so it's going to be one of the most important tips. Stick around to the very end to hear it. Now, success is.
By the way, if you want this hat or this hoodie right here we got going on right here, the link will be down in the description. Lex Pyerse Clothing. Click the link, it'll take you right to it. Okay, so let's get on with this.
Measured in different things, but this is going to be my version of success. So something about myself, when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of guidance, and I kind of fell to the streets, doing a whole lot of things that weren't really positive in my life, doing a whole lot of things that would be frowned upon by me today. I was homeless when I was 17 through 18, so about a year while I was in school, and it did something to my spirit to where as though I didn't really care about too much. I joined the Army when I was 19. I took the things that I learned in the military as well as personal growth that I got from books, and I applied that knowledge to send my life in a better direction.
Good stuff.
So I'm going to give these tips to you. Who is this for? So if you got a youngster, a little black boy who's trying to better himself, or if you're a black male who's trying to seek a change and wondering, where do I start? These tips are going to be for you. Number one, take control of your appearance. So I'm 30. I see too many males in my age range who are dressed sloppily every day. You gotta take pride in how you dress. Now, I'm not saying go full square and wear penny loafers or anything like that, but if you're 30 years old and your drawers are still showing, or you just dress super sloppy, or you're wearing a hoodie or a white tee every day, that's not really the look. As you get into your mid-20s, late 20s, you want to start cleaning yourself up a little bit. Now, I mean, that means wearing pants that kind of fit you. Whether they be too baggy or too loose, you want to wear something that fits you. That means wearing a belt. Men wear belts, y'all. And the belt is served to keep your pants up around your waist. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't sag when I was younger, but as you get older, watch, right? Real men need to keep track of time. So it's cool to wear a watch, man. You don't want to be 30 years old whipping out your phone every day to check the time when somebody asks you, and you don't want to have a naked wrist. Put a watch on. It teaches you responsibility and accountability. My second tip, wake up early. If you're sleeping until 9:30, 10 o'clock every day, you already lost the morning. Gaining the morning as a man.
Okay, so right now I'm agreeing with Matt. At this point, waking up early, it does help. I wake up at between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I start working. I'm a DoorDash driver, so I start work that time in the morning. Even on my days off, I still wake up around that time when I can. So, but when you start up that time, that that early in the morning, your day, you get so much more work done. You get so much more, you know, rest actually. Because now I got more things done early in the day. I can sit the rest of the day or relax the rest of the day. You know what I mean? More time to do things around the house and all that stuff. So this this tip right here, I do agree with. As far as the clothes thing, I mean, I can kind of see, you know, 50-year-old man sagging his pants, sure, but I wear hoodies all the time. I'm pretty mature, so I don't know.
Man, it's something that is pivotal. I have children, so I have to wake up early. While my children sleep, I exercise. While
Yep.
my children sleep, I read and develop myself. While my children sleep, I do homework or clean the house or do something that's positive. So waking up in the morning, one, it teaches you how to get a head start on your day, and two, by the time everybody else wakes up, you've already did a whole lot. Also, it'll help you go to sleep on time. So number three, to exercise.
Problems as a black man. To work out, like even for me personally, I work out. When I did work out 5 times a week, I had no problems in health. I was, motivated. I was moving. I got busy, got behind, and now I'm behind, like health wise. So now I'm a little more sluggish than I used to be. A little more, kind of hard to focus more. Um, so yeah, so I do agree with this point here. Exercising, yes, you gotta exercise. At least get like a, if you can't work out 5 days a week, you can at least do 3 days a week. And here's the thing, you don't gotta go to the gym. I mean, I got a gym membership, but you can work out at home. You could do some push-ups, some sit-ups, run around the block real quick. Oh, that's free. And you do that whenever you want, you know?
One, it's gonna help you feel better about yourself. As we get older, we tend to get those dad bods, a little chub, and sometimes we don't feel good about ourselves, or maybe we just feel neutral about ourselves. Exercising, one, will keep you fit and in shape, just in case you have to protect your family. Two, it'll make you feel better about yourself by releasing those endorphins. Three, it'll keep you healthy and help you to live longer. And four, it'll make you look good, right? If you're in a relationship or you're single, women will check for you more if you in shape. So black men, it's important that we keep our bodies somewhat right. I'm not saying go and be, a fitness junkie or anything like that, but you should be doing some kind of exercise at least 3 times a week. Number four, you need to be conscious of what you're putting in your body. And this is one thing that I kind of struggle with. Sometimes I like to snack, and it can.
So this is the one thing. Once I got this under control, there was a there was a paradigm shift. Um, I had to eat smaller meals. I had to eat smaller meals more frequently, which worked out to me to be snacking a lot. So I got some pretzels. I got what's it got? I mean, I do eat corn chips, but those are more or those plain corn tortilla chips. They're very healthy apparently because there's nothing in it. All it is corn tortillas and salt. Um, I eat a lot of pecans, a lot of walnuts, a lot of raisins throughout the day. And then at home, I'll eat, some turkey and some mashed potatoes. But I don't put all the butter and stuff in it. It's just basically olive oil and salt. That's it. Occasionally I'll have some chicken. Occasionally I'll have beef. But usually it's a pretty strict turkey diet, and then maybe for breakfast I'll have like some yogurt or a light snack, depending on how I feel, depending on what I can do in that morning. But that has been the biggest change, and when I got that under control, things are great.
It can be hard if you were raised with bad eating habits, but especially as we get older, we got to be more cognizant of what we're putting in our body. High blood pressure, diabetes, congestive heart failure, and heart disease are rampant in our communities. So we got to do our part to try to curb that by, one, cutting out the fast food. McDonald's at our age is not good for you. McDonald's when you're young is not good for you. A whole bunch of fast food is not good for you. You should try.
And besides, fast food has not been okay. Not just unhealthy, but it's just the quality of food, the quality, the taste of it is not the same. It is horrible. I think I had some McDonald's the other day. I don't know why the hell I ate it. Oh no, I was doing DoorDash and it was free, so I ate it. I'm like, these chicken nuggets don't even taste like chicken. Like it tastes like fake meat. In fact, if they would have just told me that it was beyond chicken nuggets, I might have appreciated it more. But you sold it to me as real chicken nuggets, and I don't feel like it tastes like chicken. And the batter was different. I mean, it's McDonald's. These are the same all over the world. I'm assuming, and it was just horrible. So that's my second reason to stop eating fast food. My first reason is like the man said, it's just not healthy for you no more. I mean, I remember I had some fat. In fact, that same day I was eating the McDonald's. I woke up the next morning sluggish. I mean, it was about as bad as me being drunk. you know. So
Try to eat healthy the best you can. I know it might be difficult because eating healthy is a lot more expensive than eating junk food, but we got to make a conscious effort to it. Number five, be accountable. Now, this comes with being a man and being responsible. And what I mean.
own your shit. If you did something wrong, just own it. That's all he's saying. I'm agreeing with this point. So far, I'm agreeing with a lot of things he's saying. So you do something wrong, hey, I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with saying I'm sorry. Okay, I get all that. You lose power and all that stuff. But no, if you're sorry, you're sorry. Own it. You know what I mean? And then try to make it better. So.
Mean by being accountable is always know that you're responsible for whatever outcome happens in your life, good or bad. When we're younger, we tend to blame our parents, we tend to blame our circumstance, we tend to blame the way we were raised, we tend to blame our economics, things like that. We always blame outside entities. As you start getting into the form where you want to become a man, you have to turn that within. So what I mean by that is you're responsible for everything that you say, you're responsible for everything that you do, you're responsible for everything that happens in your home and everything that happens in your job or occupation. Taking this view of life will allow you to stop taking the victim mentality. You're still in the streets trying to get out, or you're at your job and you feel like the world is acting upon you. Take responsibility. You're always responsible. You might walk across.
Now he took it that route, so I might have been a little off base for what I just said. But when I came home from federal prison camp, I learned that hey, I'm not blaming anybody for anything. Yes, it is a racist world out there. Yes, they don't like hiring black men. No, they don't like black people in general. I walk down the street, they already got an opinion on me. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on things that I can do. Because here's the thing. Yeah, I can go to a job, and yeah, that might be racist, but it's still my responsibility to put the best foot forward. You know what I mean? Do good at the interview. Show that I'm a worthy candidate. They don't hire me. They don't hire me. They don't hire me because I'm black. Fine. You know, we can sue them for that. We can move on to the next job. Whatever. But it's my responsibility to not get snap at them, get mad at them. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm not saying they should get away scot free. But I gotta be able to control that. You know what I mean? I can't, lose my temper because someone wants to be ignorant. Because that hurts. That affects me.
Across the street and get hit by a car. You can't control that car, right? But you can control how you respond when you're on the hospital bed. You can control how you respond when you come back, when you heal, when you hit the gym, when you regain, when you rejuvenate yourself. So you can always control your response, you can always control your temper, and you can always control your attitude. Number 6, watch how you speak to.
But make sure we're clear. If somebody needs to get punched in the mouth, you gotta punch them in the mouth. It's just what it is. I'm not condoning violence. I'm not suggesting violence. I'm saying, hey, if you got no choice, that's just what it is.
To our women and watch how you speak to your children. And what I mean by this, I see some relationships in which, the black men and the black woman, they don't get along too much. They talk bad about each other, they call each other names, and they really don't rock with each other, but they love each other. The first part of respecting another human being is respecting how you speak to them. Also, watch how you speak to your children. I see some black men who like to cuss their kids out like they're another grown man, or they talk bad about them, or they call them names like stupid or dumb or an idiot. And these are things that stick with your child forever. It affects their self-esteem. So you have to be very careful with how you speak to your children. You want to.
So I agree with Parsons. I mean, sometimes, jokes are, when like my parents, they talk sideways to me, but that was to build me up that way. So I never took that to offense. However, I do see that's not to say his point is wrong, because I've seen children who had internalized stupid, who internalized dumb, based on what their parents have said. So I don't want to totally disagree with him totally. Uh, but yeah, you really should watch how because you never know. Like even with me, I remember. I don't always remember everything, but the most vivid memories are some of the most negative things that happened. I guess because that had the most impact on it, and that's yeah. So that's what I'm agreeing with him on that. Um, but what you say to your wife, I changed one thing about myself, where I'm no longer going to go into a relationship where we are having a lot of petty arguing and fighting. Like we do a little bit of it, but I want to kind of scale back from the coarse jokes and the playfully rude behavior. Because what I noticed was after a while, them ain't jokes. Those ain't jokes. And it turns out that yeah, maybe we're joking at first, but at some point, like, nah, I really thought of you that way. Or she's like, yeah, I really thought of you that way. Like, okay, well, from now on, I want to be, if find ways to joke that's more, how you say, more uplifting, laughing and make her feel empowered more. Less less I don't want just less humor that brings her down, or that demeans her, if that makes any sense.
Want to be uplifting. As a male, you want to be building. You don't want to be tearing down, especially those in your family or those outside of your family. Number 7, you want to build up your brothers. You don't want to talk bad about your brothers, and what that means is that if you see your brother struggling, say some words that'll uplift him. Sometimes our brothers are not really ready to hear what we have to say. Sometimes they don't really want to.
This is vital to me. This is very important. Because I mean, he ain't your brother otherwise. If you can't build a black man up, the next black man up, how's he supposed to build you up? You know what I mean? Like, you expect all these people to build you up, you gotta put it out there first. So, every chance I get, I'm gonna build my black man up, build up these black men, build up, these brothers. And, I'm not saying I'm gonna sit around and pay their bills, but I will say, if I see them going through a hard time, I'm gonna do what I can to make it easier on them, kind of lift them up a little bit. If, they're about to do it in business endeavor, and I know the pros and cons of that business. I'm gonna sit them down. Here's some free counsel. You know what I mean? Now, if you must pay me for it, fine. Just go buy me a sandwich because you know I didn't eat today. Little things like that is how I want to, you know, how you need to be around and build up black men. And quite honestly, it's once you find a passion for it, and you find a way to love doing that, you find that it's a lot easier to love the community.
To listen, but at the same time, it's always your job to build your brothers. You should be trying to develop yourself so you can bring some game to them. And if you see somebody in a lower rung of life or who's not doing too well, do your best to speak positivity into their life, even if they hate on you behind your back. Number 8, develop yourself. And this is very important. You need to be developing yourself as a man in some way, shape, or form. Whether that be reading books on your own, whether that be going to a training, seminar, webinar, whether that be reading articles, whether that be going to school and getting an institutional education. You should always be trying to develop yourself. If you're not growing, you are dying. So self-development is important. How can you develop your children? How can you develop your woman? How can you develop those around you?
No, I agree. You should always be making yourself better than the last time. Now, am I reading self-help articles every single day? No, but I will read them when I need to. I want to get this YouTube channel going. I want to get this clothing line growing, and I want this clothing line, Lex Pyerse Clothing, and this YouTube channel to work hand in hand together. So I'm constantly reading articles on how to better myself in that regard. Because I really like this direction of this and the way this video feels, man. I feel really good. I'm really empowering. So yeah, I want to better myself through doing things like this. Um, but yeah, always better yourself. In fact, honestly, that's what your brothers are for too. You can sit there, build up your brothers. They're gonna turn around, and build you up by telling you what to, where to go, what to read, and hell, they may actually be your teachers. You never know.
If you are not taking the time to develop yourself. So this is very important. Always be seeking development. If you're looking for some tips to get started, I have several videos on books that'll help you kickstart your development as a man. Number 9, plan your days. Make sure that you are planning your days, and this is important. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in life, and you get to Friday and you like, man, where did my week go? And you got some things accomplished, but other things fell on the wayside. You need to be making a conscious effort every night.
Now, this is the thing I agree with. I don't do it. That's not a disagreement. It's more about I already know I'm doing 12 hours of DoorDash a day, so it's hard to like plan the day. But I think that's another thing too. Is um, when you do plan your day, you can now schedule in your balance and have some balance. Without the balance, you are all out of whack. You're gonna go crazy without balance. maybe I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to you. But the good thing about planning your day, especially the night before, is you know what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, and with a plan like that, it helps you become more accountable. Going back to some of the things we said earlier in the video, you know, when you plan your day, you can actually help your brothers. You can exercise that day because now you know when you can exercise. You mentioned in this video, you can do that if you plan your day, and it's so much easier to do it that way because now you just put it all together. You can just plan it that way. So that was fun.
To plan your days. What I used to do is write down what I want to accomplish for the next day at night. So after my day is over, I get in my bed with my notebook. Now I use an iPad, but I used to use my notebook, and I'll write down 3 things that I want to accomplish for self-development, and I'll write down 3 things that I want to accomplish personally. So right now I'm in school, so I write down 3 assignments I want to get done, and then personally I want to write down some things that I want to get done for the next day, whether it be making a video, whether it be balancing a checkbook, or whatever you want to do to push the day. But have a loose fitting schedule. You don't have to plan your day to the T, and it's okay if you don't get everything on the list done, but have a guiding principle for every day so you're not just floating through your days. It's important. And the
Very.
last but not least, be grateful. And what that means is it's okay to want more. It's okay to be ambitious, but also look around you and be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for that woman in your life. Be grateful for where you live. Be grateful for your children. It's okay if you're in a bad situation currently.
For me, being grateful is really helpful because I stress out a lot, and when you can be grateful for like the apartment you live in, for the job that you have, and even something as minute as a pair of pants you got, it's almost as if you're like, okay, I have enough. Because sometimes I stress out because I don't have it, or I don't have that, or I stress out because I need more. And then you stop and kind of put things in priority. You stop and try to be grateful, and you be grateful for what you have. You kind of prioritize and put things in perspective. Like, hold it, I do have enough. I have my own place. I have my own car. I have a decent job. I do have enough. And now remind myself how grateful I am for that. It's like, okay, you know what? I don't need to stress over making more money because I have enough. You know, um, So yeah, one, being grateful takes all the stress away, clears up a lot of stress. It put things in perspective, and honestly, it gives you a really strong positive vibe. Like, can you imagine if I have my own clothing line, it's Lex Pyerse clothing, and I tell people how grateful I am for having it. People may look at me sideways like, "Yo, I can't even get mine off the ground." It's your problem. Now people look at you sideways because you ain't nothing. Or at least they may think of you that way. So. But that's how gratitude helped me. And, uh, when you show that same gratitude to your brothers and your sisters and your children and your family, you tend to get more from them because it's like, okay, I can. They gave you energy, you gave it back to them, and now they can give it back to you, and now you have this circular effect.
But find a couple things a day to be grateful for. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm grateful that I have the energy to get out of bed. I'm grateful that I have my health. And it's really good to be grateful because it just opens up your energy throughout the day. A lot of times I see a lot of our brothers, they just talking negative from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. And that plays on your psyche, that plays on your self-conscious, and that means that you hurt. That means that your negative speak is coming from a place of hurt. So sit back, watch what you put in, watch what you listening to, guard your energy, and be grateful. So these have been my 10 tips on how to be successful as a black man in America or anywhere else. So you could take these and practice them and see how they affect your life for the better. As promised, this is going to be the bonus tip. And it's kind of 2 tips in one. It's kind of tip 11, but we're going to call this the bonus tip. Stop hanging around so much, right? And what that means is If you going over your homeboy house every day, or you stopping by your homeboy house every day and spending large amounts of time over there, you not getting it enough. Sometimes when you on your hustle, when you on your grind, you gotta lone wolf it. You gotta separate yourself from your friends and go out there and get it. So if you stepping by your homies every day and you spending hella time on 2K, or you spending hella time on the Xbox or PlayStation, you're not chasing your dreams. Those things are not gonna pay you, and you're chasing pleasure. If you spend your day getting high all day, that's bad. You need your whole brain out here to be making decisions. How can you, somebody who's getting high every day, every hour, come up against?
So I agree with it partially. Um, Now, when I was in Sacramento and I hung with people all the time, yeah, true. You didn't get a lot. I didn't get a lot done. That's true. But keep in mind, I know people who get high every day and they're multimillionaires. So there's also that. Uh, I don't get high every day. I can't get high every day. I won't get high every day. I got a condition. It won't let me do it. But generally speaking, you do need to be putting your time and energy into getting what you want done. And don't hang around people that are going to bring you down or not let you succeed, not let you, not push you forward. Like you said, if all y'all doing is just, you know, literally doing nothing but smoke and play video games, and you're not bettering yourselves, then yeah, you're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, it's just funny. 10 years go by like 2 minutes if you ain't careful. So
Against somebody who is using their whole brain. Now, I used to love weed, and it has its place, but at the same time, when you get high, you're not using your whole brain out here. And the thing is, if you want to be sharp, if you want to be dangerous, and what I mean by dangerous, I don't mean dangerous like committing crimes. I mean chasing your dreams. You got to be using your whole brain to make decisions out here in the street, especially if you have a family. They counting on you. All right, so this was my bonus tip. Make sure you like and subscribe this video too so we can grow together. Peace.
yeah, I appreciate everything, brother. Chris Courtley, Cartley. Let me make sure get his name right. Chris Chris Corsley. Yeah, I think he was a. I agree with largely. I agree with most things he said. But tell you what, guys, if you guys want to make this grow, and if you like this hat or this hoodie, it's links down in the description.